Hello everyone, my name is Stone Commander. Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be going over the new Create Coaster Simulated mod and the full ride system that I have created here in this world. This is a super fun mod that just came out yesterday. It's been in testing for a while and I saw the video, the trailer come out for it, and it has just been so much fun to be digging into this and testing with it. There is so much to be had here, and for how much there is, it really is such a simple mod. There are only these 5 items that come with it, and it interacts with a couple of other items that make it work, but overall it is a very fun mod. To simply get into it, this is a full ride system, kind of inspired by Space Mountain at Disneyland, with a way to have cars queued up behind it. This car will get dispatched out and just go around this simple track. I'm not much of a builder. I'll eventually get around to making a full ride for it, but we have this simple system, simple loop right here, because mainly what I wanted to get into was the actual mechanics of it. And so this is what I built very first. It's a very simple track switch that can take a ride vehicle coming from storage. It'll queue it up right, it'll wait right here, and then once the tracks are aligned, it will automatically move it forward if there's room for it. And this also acts as one of the stations that pauses the ride or the car before moving it up to the actual station where passengers would hop on and get off. So we can go up here. This is the control room for the entire system. I have it all hooked up to various redstone links and all set up in this one typewriter. I'll kind of go more in depth about the actual control systems, but I just want to show really quick, whoops, the actual system. So if I press, there we go, that button, that will send that out. And you can see here, what is this music? Oh, it's just the game music. I did not know I had music on. That's strange. Anyways, you can see that dispatched the car and sent it forward, and it automatically stopped the car here just waiting for it to move forward, and the other cars moved forward as well. And this one will come up and wait right behind here. If I hit on... I've never heard that before. That's so weird. If I go back and I hit this button, it will automatically switch the track back and forth. There's additionally another button. If I press this, you can see over there that little light redstone torch will switch. This simply just tells me whether it will automatically allow the car on that track to move forward in case there's an empty space but I want to do a track switch. If we hop out of that, we can come over and look at some of the actual application of it. What is going on? Why is it location based? Anyways, I don't know what that was about. That was really weird, but I fixed it. But if we come down and look at the system, when I very first started this, started working on this, I didn't have the Create Gadgets and Gizmos mod, and so the gantry that Create has isn't a physics object, and you can only nest coaster tracks on a sub-level of a physics object. And so I just used another coaster track to create this little gantry system that moves it back and forth. So if I hit this level here, it'll just switch it back and forth. The entire system relies on these optical sensors that check whether the car is there and send it to redstone links that go to all this random circuitry down here. A lot of just and, if, or gates that tell the car when to move forward, and then that just gets sent to a clutch over here that will unlock. Next up, kind of another thing is that sometimes you're going to need to take cars off of the track. And for this, we have this little rotary switch over here using a swivel bearing. When you press it, it just rotates it around, and it all aligns super well. And so it just smoothly moves right on over. You're able to switch it back and forth. From there, this goes all the way up around to the backside here, where we have another track switch where it has 4 different options that will let you choose which of the 4 storage bays you want to send it to. Currently each storage bay can hold 2, but if I wanted to, I could expand it out in different ways, maybe send these ones forward or add extra things, but for now it's 4, and you're able to adjust it by pressing these buttons here, or like I said, using the control room up there. But you press this and it just automatically shifts it over. This one uses one of the physics gantries from that Create Gadgets and Gizmos mod that is basically the same thing as a gantry in the normal Create mod, but it just uses a physics entity instead of just a contraption. And so you're able to do a little bit more with it. And then if there were a car here, in fact, I'll just go ahead and send a car over real quick. Make sure, there we go. We'll send that car over and it'll just automatically come up, and just like the rest of it, this is an automatic checkpoint that will automatically stop the car. And I have a little bit of extra redstone just to make sure I'm not accidentally sending a car when the rest of it is full. So you see if it comes here, it's going to automatically stop. And because it is selected yellow right now, and there's a car up at the front of yellow, and there is a car right here, if I go and attempt to send it using this button, it's not going to do anything because it is waiting because there's still cars in the way. But if I go ahead and shift this over and we move it to, say, the red track, and I hit the button, there's nothing there, and so it just sends it forward just like normal. And now these are all very similar things, automatic track switches. This one is just a very simple one because it's just checking if there's a car in front of it and holding it there if there is. If not, it lets it go forward. These ones are a little bit more because it checks a few things. One, it won't just automatically send the car. It will always hold it here. Two, it needs to make sure that there's a gantry in front of it. This is the same system, physics gantry, and we have redstone contacts that are telling the system whether or not it is in line with it. So if I go here and try to send this blue one, it's not going to do anything because there's no gantry in front of it. But if I come here to this red one, I'm able to press this button and it'll automatically move the gantry forward and pull it through. It'll stop it here automatically, just like the rest of it. And same thing here. If I press this button, it'll send it forward and move it on to the next track that will pull it all the way up to here, which is another, this one's a smart switch. This one will automatically move forward if there's space. And so you can see here, the orange track, it's an orange car, but it's also the orange track, it's marked as orange, is set to hold this car here and not send it forward. And that is so I can go, and if I hit this switch, it'll switch the track over, and this will automatically come forward and load into place. And this is a way you can move vehicles onto the track, and if you need to remove them, you just remove them that way. This was very fun to make, and I'm excited to keep trying. I'll eventually try to develop this thing into a full roller coaster, simplify some of the systems, and make a lot of them more automated. I need to add basically a workshop back over here, because you can see here all of these are just very simple coaster cars with seats on them. Currently I'm setting them just 1 block away from each other, or 1.5, and that gets us the closest we can. You can fit 6 with the cart size that I have chosen. You're able to have 6 seats. Whoops, it's a little buggy right now. But if you want to have a little more advanced rides or cars, you need to do some finicky stuff with the some copy cat panels, and I'm using a andesite railing to make the cars a little bit better. But you can't just place it, because if I go to try to place these things in on a seat, they are colliding with each other and it won't let me do it. So you have to build it backwards and then snap it forward. And so I'm going to make a little workshop that will make that a little bit easier. But yeah, that's about it for the actual ride system. I guess I can show you guys the actual gantry system here. So if I come here, and these all have the same control system, and then they each have their own dispatch button for the track you're right next to. But if I press this, this will pull this gantry over, line it up. I'm able to press this button, and it will pull this cart forward, line it up, and then I can move it back, and then send it forward, and it'll come off. And this one is set up just like the rest of them to not allow the cart to go forward if there is a car that would be in the way. And so now I've kind of loaded too many cars onto here because typically I only have 3 or 4 at a time, because if you have more than that, they're going to start running into each other at the back. Eventually, I'm going to, once I actually get into building a ride track, I'll get into adding stops and checkpoints. I also want to do some more advanced ride techniques like elevators and turnstiles to just make the ride a little more unique. But I guess if we just kind of go show a full system test over here, I'm going to go ahead and switch that. You can see here I have a bunch of boards set up that kind of show you each thing. So if I want to move a cart forward, I press the corresponding number with 1 to 4. I can move the gantry back and forth by pressing Q and E. And if I want to move that green one in, I'll just press 2. That'll move it forward. Over here, you can see I can change the hold with A. I can switch the tracks using S, so I'll go ahead and do that now. I dispatch a car by pressing D, so we'll send this green one, let it go forward, and then I actually want to go ahead and store this yellow one. And so once green moves past, I'm going to hit X. I have that mislabeled, but I'll hit X and I'll dispatch this next car. I'll then switch this back. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I'm causing problems. Anyways, we're going to unstop this hold because this car is coming behind it. This is why you still kind of need to manage the things that are going on with your track. But now you can see here, this yellow is loaded up behind here. And so I want to move that onto the green track. So I'm going to go ahead and press, oops, there we go, V. Oh, it stopped. There we go. Are you really going to be like this right now? It literally wasn't like this before. Oh, that's frustrating. I'll just go ahead and manually do it. Shift this over to the green track. Send that forward. And that'll just move on up. And yeah, so that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know below. I will try to include a world download link. It may not be there initially. I'll try to get it up by the end of today. And yeah, super excited to keep working with this and exploring what you can do with this. There have been a few things I've seen on the Create Coaster Simulated Discord that I'm interested to try out a little bit more. Next up, I'm probably going to try to recreate a local roller coaster in my home state. It's Lagoon in Utah. It's the ride Cannibal. It has this large elevator system that pulls the ride vehicle up to the top of a tall tower and then drops you off of that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching all the way through. This is like my 3rd YouTube video, so subscribe if you'd like to see more of other random Create Mod stuff. I'm probably going to be getting a little bit more into this. It will be super inconsistent as I'm new to this, but we will see where it goes. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys are having just as fun with this as I am.